All right, number 11 on the back. So just like the problem I did before, number 5, you have to make sure that you isolate the absolute value before you set up the two separate equations. So right now, what's on the outside of my absolute value is this plus 9 and this negative 3 in front. I've got to get rid of both of those things before I set up my two equations. So I will do so by using opposite operations. I'll start by subtracting 9 from both sides to get rid of that 9. So negative 3 times the absolute value of 1 plus 7k is equal to negative 18. And now I have to get rid of this negative 3. And this is negative 3 times the absolute value. So the opposite of multiplying would be to divide by negative 3. That's what's going to cancel those two out. And do the same to the other side. So the absolute value of 1 plus 7k is equal to negative 18 divided by negative 3 would be 6. So now that I have the absolute value isolated, it's all by itself, there's nothing in front, there's nothing behind. Now I'm ready to set up the two equations. So I will have 1 plus 7k equals 6, and then 1 plus 7k equals negative 6, because both 6 and negative 6 are 6 units away from 0. To solve both equations, we'll use opposite operations. Something you guys are very good at. So I subtracted 1 from both sides. Now I'll divide by 7. If you get something like this, don't panic about that. Sometimes our answers are going to be fractions. They're not always going to work out to be nice whole numbers. So just leave it as a fraction. Don't change it to a decimal. So one of our solutions is k equals 5/7. Now let's see what our second solution is. So I'll start by subtracting 1 from both sides. So I have 7k equals negative 6 minus 1 would be negative 7. And then I'll divide by 7. K equals negative 1. And there is our second solution. Again, make sure for every problem starting with 11 on that you get rid of everything that's outside of the absolute value before you set up the two equations.